To your attention on all of my video platforms. For years, George Soros always talked about turning the United States into a slave nation. Y'all need to hear this video for real. Because what's going on in LA is the same thing that's been going on every time we have a protest. They want to send, I call crisis actors, paid actors out there to keep some stuff going, but it's a distraction. And I've got hardcore proof that them jokers out there in LA are crisis actors. The majority of them are paid actors. Now, what would it be a distraction from? I'm still going back to the Elon Musk business about him saying that Trump was on the Epstein. Now, we all know that him and Epstein was friends. But is another distraction from the fact that war with this Iran thing and this Russia, Ukraine, and Israel, is that the real distraction because he can't stop it? They're still wanting a battle. You're not going to stop something that's been biblically been going on since the Old Testament. But look at this, folks. There was an ad put out, okay? There was an ad put out on Craigslist, and every time we had these protests, people find these ads that were produced a month before the protest started, okay? Now, I want to show you the actual Craigslist ad, okay? Now, this is the actual Craigslist ad. It says, seeking extremely tough, brave men for new crew. I'm building. So matter of fact, we know that there was stacks of bricks put out there in Baltimore years ago when they were protesting. Okay, but who's paying these people? It says this, compensation runs from 65 to, are y'all, what? Is that 12,000 a week? You're going to make 6,500 to 12,000 a week. We are forming a select team of the toughest dudes in the area. This unit will be activated only when the situation demands it, but you get paid every week no matter what. High pressure, high risk, no room for hesitation. We need individuals who can do this with no stress. Now, I copied now with the new technology, okay? You can copy the text, and I copied and pasted and put it into the internet, okay? I copied and pasted that whole thing, and this is what I found when I copied and pasted. This is in Google. It says, did you mean reply looking for toughest badasses in the city of Los Angeles? Private seeking, this is a private ad, seeking extremely tough, brave men for new crew I'm building. Compensation, this is when I copied and pasted the Craigslist ad, put it back into Google. This is what pops up. Then you open it up and it opens up into a Facebook post, okay, for LA. That same content pops up in a Facebook ad 15 hours ago. They're still hiring people to act a fool in LA, folks. This is all staged. This is all a false flag, an attempt to get you to do this. While something else is cooking over here that's really important, they don't want you looking at that. We want you to look at this, so we're going to pay people. Look at this one. Keep going. Still, this was 5 days ago. Facebook, looking for toughest. So when you copy and paste, this stuff is backlinked. Okay, a lot of people don't know that. You can go in a different browser and type it in. Los Angeles Craigslist ad for tough badasses. This was 22 hours ago. Today is June the 10th. So they're paying people to get out there and act stupid, okay? They're paying people. Now let's use another web browser that I have. It's called Ecosia, okay? Let's go find Ecosia. Now I'm in Ecosia, folks, okay? Now, I put that same thing in, and it says New York Times. In another web browser, it says fake images of conspiracy theories swirl around LA. The confrontation escalated on Monday as new protests occurred And Defense Secretary Pete, I'm not going to open it up. Who's telling the truth? Searching for a shared reality. Okay. Now, you know, when you type this stuff in, you get a different one. What is LAPD saying about the protest? So the ads are out there. One web browser will show it to you, one won't. Okay. Now, that was the Craigslist ad. Now, this is Ecosia. This is another private web browser. Thousands of protests in Los Angeles plan deportation. So I just showed you the article on Google Chrome. Okay. So now we know that these folks are paid actors and they're a distraction. But what are they distracting us from? Peace.